Our Torah portion this week begins with the final few of the 10 plagues. Moses has approached Pharaoh time and again, asking Pharaoh, "Let my people go." After each request, after each plague, Pharaoh says no. Now, what's interesting about these 10 plagues and the story behind it is, as the Torah recounts, God, from time to time in the series of these 10 plagues, has actually hardened Pharaoh's heart. And even if Pharaoh was inclined to say yes, with the hardened heart, Pharaoh says no. The question is, why? Why would God harden Pharaoh's heart? Why, if Pharaoh seemed to be inclined to let the people go and then suddenly finds a hardened heart, what is the Torah trying to teach us? What is the Torah trying to lead us to understand with regards to our hearts and the decisions we make, and what a hardened heart may mean? One answer might be found in what the 12-step program argues is regarding one's ego. That often we allow our egos to get in the way of making good decisions. We let our egos get in the way of trying to compromise and find solutions. The 12-step programs that I'm referring to suggest that the word ego itself stands as an acronym for easing God out. That when we take a stance where we think that we are as important as God or as powerful as God, that we ease God out of the question, then our humility disappears completely. And this is the core of so many of the conflicts that we have today. How often do we come so set in our ways that it is impossible to see the wisdom of another person's opinion or perspective? How often do we engage in a power struggle with our colleagues, with our children, with our spouses, with our friends, because we are insensitive to their needs and insensitive to their ideas? How often do we find ourselves embroiled in a heated fight with others, finding ourselves escalating the tension of anger simply because we are so stubborn and set in our ways and uncompromising? These patterns permeate our society today. No one is listening. No one is compromising. Everyone's ego is so invested in these decisions that it makes our movement forward to a better world much more difficult. All too often, our desire to maintain a sense of power and control cripples our abilities to make this world a better and more sensitive place. And so this week's Torah portion, as the 10 plagues come to an end and our movement into our redemption starts to unfold, helps us remember that when we have hardened hearts, when we are too stubborn, when we lose a sense of humility, nothing good can ever come. And so, as we move forward from this point in our Torah, let us continue also to move forward with our own learning, being radically curious of the ideas of others, the perspectives of others. And even if our hearts may be a little bit stubborn, let a little bit of the outer world in so we can move forward together. Shabbat Shalom.